Yes, Anna.
Okay. So today we'll discuss about introduction part of the cloud. Like before we starting the actual things, we need to know the basic journey of the cloud. Like what is cloud, why the cloud is need, what is the use of the cloud, and how cloud is important for in our real world. Okay, why cloud is booming nowadays. Without cloud, how the journey was. Then with the cloud, what are the things that changed? What are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? What are the problems might occur in the cloud? Those everything in detail we're going to discuss about today class. Okay. If any place, if you guys are getting questions, you can stop me and you can ask me. Okay. First thing, we'll discuss what is cloud and what is cloud computing. So cloud computing is delivering computing services. Remember, cloud computing is delivering computing services like servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares over the internet. That's the term we call it as a, that's a cloud instead of a local computer. Nothing but cloud computing delivers the computing services over the internet instead of local machine. So what is the meaning of computing here? The word computing meaning CPU, memory, disk, those which are going to offer, right? That is called as a computing, we call it as. Very simple word if I want to say about this. So cloud is a service provider where it is going to provide a services like storage. For example, you want hard disk. Database, you want some database to connect and you want to write some SQL queries. You need a networking for connecting IP address, internet you want. Then software, you want to install some software like you need a Python software, or you need a Office 365 software. Who will provide this all? Some cloud provider will provide. That is the meaning of cloud. Cloud computing is the delivering of resources over the internet instead of the local computer. That is called as a cloud computing. Then example, if you think, imagine using a Google Drive. We usually use Google Drive. So you store files online and can access Steam anywhere without needing a USB drive or local storage. So very simple example I'll give you. When you guys take some snaps of the pictures from your mobile, you took some selfies from your mobile. Okay, so those are stored in your gallery. You have a Gmail you logged in your mobile. So the gallery entered gallery will be synced up with the Google or the Gmail. Gmail have a Google Drive also. So this entire data will be synced up with the Google Drive also. Okay. Now same Gmail you logged in with your laptop. So then when you open the Google Drive in your mobile gallery, whatever the photos are there, right? Those photos are getting up in your laptop as well. Okay. Now if you think where are the images will be stored? Is it stored in your laptop or is it stored in your mobile or somewhere else? Where it was stored? You guys got the question right? Like you took
Cloud.
some selfies and you like the images you took on your mobile, but it's synchronized with your Google Drive and it was also appearing in your laptop also. Now that means the data is not stored in your mobile also, not stored in your laptop also. Somewhere else the data is storing. That's a central place. From there only that images are loading. That place we call it as a cloud. That place we call it as a cloud. For accessing the things on the cloud, you not required any local storage, not required any USB also. Okay. For example, using cloud, what are the things we can access? Remember, from the cloud we can able to access using this all the devices. So for example, you can use your laptop to access the cloud, network you can access, tablet or the computer we can access, mobile phone, server, smartphone, databases, like anything can be accessible from the cloud. Are you guys clear what is the meaning of cloud computing? Cloud computing is like a providing a services over the internet without the local machine. Any questions before moving on to the next? Okay. Next, then why do we need cloud computing then? So cloud computing helps avoid the upfront cost of buying hardware or software and provides flexibility and scalability. Remember guys, cloud computing helps to avoid the upfront cost. Upfront cost nothing but like assume that in Bangalore everybody cannot afford to buy a house. Still they have dreams to buy the house, but people cannot buy the house. Why? Many people are living, even those guys have been in the Bangalore more than 25 years, 30 years also, still they could not able to afford to buy the home. Why? Because if want to buy the house, it required at least above 50 lakhs. Then how the guys are living in Bangalore? They'll pay the rent and they can able to live here. They can take a rented home. They can pay significant rent and they could able to use that. Okay, that renting model you can treat like a upfront. For example, upfront nothing but you'll be investing a money and you'll be bringing the servers, applications, storage, whatever you need, that will be setting up in your company only. That is called as a upfront cost we'll call it as. But if you use cloud, what will happen? Like in the before slide we read out, right? Cloud computing provides storage, server, infrastructure, network, database, everything over the internet. Then if they are already powering via internet, you can able to use that, right? Why do we need to buy? Buying it requires some crores, but if you take as a rented basis, rent is very cheaper only. Okay, so that's the reason cloud computing is popular. Okay, cloud computing helps to avoid the upfront cost of buying hardware, softwares, and provides flexibility and scalability. Example, a startup uses AWS. One of the startup company you can take, those guys are using AWS, Amazon Web Services, to host its website instead of buying expensive servers. If you want to host a website, we require a server, but they don't have money to buy the servers because there's a startup company. If traffic increases, AWS scales automatically. Means if suppose right now you took one server, if traffic is increasing, you need 5 servers. Means from the AWS you can take 5, 10, how many servers you want, that many servers you can take. That is the use of cloud computing. If you see this diagram, pros as cons, nothing but this is the advantages, this is the disadvantages. One advantage, if you think low cost, when you use the cloud, it will be very low cost. Updating, nothing but every time it will be updating, and storage capacity, high computing power, whatever you want you can take with a limited ಅಥವಾ low price. But what is the problems then? Low lack of support, nothing but in case you need some help, you need to approach customer care of the AWS. Okay, security issue sometimes, because if you think all your servers application, where it will be stored? In the cloud provider organization, cloud provider infrastructure. That might be some security risk will be there. Then speed affects nothing but since you are also using AWS, I am also using AWS, many people in the world are using AWS. Sometimes the traffic might be more, then speed will be less. Okay, then agreement. So you need to create an agreement with the cloud provider. This is the standard why cloud computing advantage and disadvantage wise, these are the major factors will be affected. Next, if I use cloud computing, what are the benefits I'll get then? One thing, cost efficiency, nothing but pay only for what you pay use. So for example, you guys will use a Ola cab, Uber cab, or public transportation, maybe BMTC bus or something you guys going to take. Like you want to travel from Majestic to Rajajinagar. You want to travel from Majestic to Rajajinagar. So from Majestic to Rajajinagar, how much is a ticket? That much only you're paying and you're purchasing. Still bus travels to Yeshwantpur also. Remember, bus source is Majestic, destination is Yeshwantpur. In between only Rajajinagar is coming. Assume that. So you want to travel to Rajajinagar only, not to Yeshwantpur. But so if you think bus ticket only will take to Rajinagar only, right? Similar way, that means how much you are using, that much only you need to pay. Example, streaming and Netflix uses cloud servers. They scale depending on their user traffic, nothing but. So you can use that and you can able to do your activities. Accessibility, access the data from anywhere, nothing but cloud is accessible from anywhere, even in your laptop, my laptop, your smartphone, your Android phone, any place you can able to access the cloud. Example, checking emails and Gmail from a phone also or the laptop also. Scalability, increase or decrease resources as needed. Nothing but an e-commerce site handles the Black Friday sales with extra resources which scale down after the event. For example, day before yesterday, Friday. Friday, Black Friday was there. Black Friday means generally more people will purchase more things. They used to give discount that moment. Okay. That time it will be required more servers, and once it's completed, then it will require less servers. That will be handled by scales only. Then disaster recovery, like cloud backups restore lost data, nothing but in the cloud, whatever you're going to store, that is very secure and along with long lasting. Nothing but it never died anything. Never like some any moment if you want the backup, you can able to take that. That is called as a disaster recovery. Like for example, Google Photos automatically backup to your pictures like that. So look at benefits of this one: cost savings, loss prevention, security, increased collaboration, quality control, insight, centralized data security. These are the wonderful features which are offered from the cloud provider. Any questions? The three slides which we discussed that. Any questions or confusions? Please let me know. No questions? Okay. Then what are the types of cloud computings are available then? There are majorly four types of clouds are there. Remember, majorly there are four types of clouds are there. One is public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud. Like this, four types are there. Then what is the meaning of public cloud? Nothing but definition. Services offered over the internet to multiple organizations. So for example, in the when you connect to the internet, like you can access your services, I can access the services, other people also can access the services. But all those services where it's running in the same cloud. That's a public cloud. Example, Microsoft Azure provides hosting solution for everyone. Even AWS also provides for everyone. Similarly, real world use case if you think, startups uses public cloud services to build apps quickly so that they can able to use that and they can build it applications whenever they want it. Next, private cloud. What is the meaning of private cloud then? So services for one organization only, providing more security. For an example, a bank like ICICI Bank maintains its private cloud for customer data security. Nothing but ICICI Bank have their own cloud only there. That is IBM. ICICI. They have their own cloud. That's ICICI cloud. They used to do all the things on the ICICI cloud only. So then hybrid cloud, a mix of public and private clouds. For example, a hospital stores the patient data on a private cloud, secure, but uses the public cloud to share the research data. So for an example, let me give some scenario. Nowadays, most of the hospitals, what they'll do, they'll share the like all the reports they'll be sharing via. Some of the people will share it via email. Some of the people will share it via link. They'll give some link. You can take that link to. You can take that link to you can take that link to access the data. If you click on that link, you can get the downloadable link, the reports, you can download that. Correct. That is called as a hybrid cloud. Mix. Public cloud also there, private cloud also there. Stored in private cloud, but accessible by public cloud, like that. Then what is community cloud? Shared infrastructure for specific group or the organization. Government agencies share cloud services to maintain the citizen data collectively. For example, Aadhaar is very secured center. So now, if you think they given the permission to cyber centers, they given the permission to like some of the centers where CSC centers they are called as. So where you can able to do other authentication, other update you can do, other modifications you can do, and later you can download the other card also. This is the example of community cloud. Okay, this is the four types of clouds are there. Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and along with community cloud. Any questions? Next, we have three service models will be there. One is SaaS, another one is PaaS, third one is IaaS. software as a service, platform as a service, then infrastructure as a service. Then what is the meaning of SaaS, software as a service? Software available online without installation. You don't need to download and not to install that software. It is ready-madely available in the internet. We can able to use that. But amount you need to pay for that. So for example, Gmail, send emails without installing anything. Zoom, video calls without installing software on every device, like that. So if you see the SaaS platform, it looks like app servers, mobiles, networks, PCs, codes, databases, everything will be stored in the SaaS platform. And these are ready-made available in the SaaS. What is PaaS then? If you can see, provides platform for developers and build applications. For example, Google App Engine, build apps without worrying about the managing servers. So Heroku, deploy web applications quickly. Okay, like this. Platform as a service, hosting, database, network access, operating system, software, security. This everything we will provide. Cloud provider will provide this. So what you need to do? You just need to write your code and you need to deploy that code. That's it. But remaining this provisioning, creating, managing, restoring, who will take care? Cloud only will take care. Your job is to write the code, upload the code. That's it. The rest of the things, everything will be taken care by cloud provider only. Next, what is the difference between horizontal scaling and vertical scaling? Remember guys, look at the image also. Horizontal scaling means adding more servers. Remember, one server is there. If you add one another, nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, number of servers if you're increasing means that is horizontal scaling. Example, an e-commerce company uses 5 servers during the peak sales instead of 1. Nothing but whenever there is a big sale is there, like Big Billion Days, Dasara sale, January sale, like this, New Year sale, like this, if sale is there, that moment, number of servers will be increased. For example, instead of one server, it will run 4 or 5 servers like that. Vertical scaling, adding more resources, CPU, RAM to an existing server, same server, but what you are doing, we are increasing the related resources. For example, upgrading a server's RAM to handle the more users. Look at the diagram. Vertical scaling means increase or decrease the capacity of existing services or the instances. But horizontal scaling, add more resources like virtual machines to your system to spread out the workload across the them. Nothing but you'll be creating in parallel of multiple servers and you'll be taking care of the process. That's the horizontal scaling. This question they'll ask in the interview. Please keep it in the mind. What is the difference between horizontal scaling and vertical scaling means they'll ask in the interview. Next, what are the cloud computing issues we'll get? Moreover, if you use the cloud, what are the issues we'll get? First issue is security issue, like storing sensitive data online can risk hacking or breaches. Second one, a company, like example, if you think a company stores customer data in the cloud and must securing it with encryption. Like how people can ensure that security? Nothing but we need to use some security protocols which are available in the cloud computing. So then you could able to use that and you can able to make it secure. Next, casting model. How AWS will cast, or how cloud providers will cast pay as you go model can become expensive if not monitored. So nothing but forgetting to shut down unused cloud services instances can increase the bills. Nothing but you created the resources, but you are not using the resources. Then definitely cost will increase. Cost won't reduce. But we need to ensure that whatever you're using, you need to make sure that okay, this is required or not. If you're sure that this is required, then keep this running. If you're not sure it's not required means definitely go back and you can remove them. Because just keep on running means it will be chargeable. That's the reason. Okay. For example, what are the other challenges are there if you see? One is security issues, lack of resource and expertise, compliance, performance, cost management, governance and control issues, managing the multiple clouds, building a private cloud like this. These are the major risk factors which are available in the cloud computing. Okay. Any questions, guys? I elaborated these 8 risks also here. Like security risk means data stored in the cloud is accessible over the internet, making it vulnerable to hacking, data breaches, and malware attacks. For example, Healthcare company stores patient records in the cloud. If not encrypted, hackers could steal sensitive information. Nothing but you suppose you are not protected, what will happen? Hackers can hack your data, your medical reports they can able to hijack. How to mitigate this issue? Use strong encryption, multi-factor authentication, and firewalls. Like this, some devices can be used, and you can able to make sure about that. Cost management, if you think about, cloud services operate on pay-as-you-go model. Without monitoring, cost can spiral out the control. Nothing but you created 10 servers. You supposed to delete the 10 servers. Out of 10 servers, 5 servers today, but you didn't terminate it. Although you didn't delete it. Then if you realize after a week, this 1 week, the cost will be increased. A company forgot to turn off unused servers in AWS, and this is the large unexpected bill. How to mitigate? Set up usage alerts, regularly audit resources, and optimize the storage and along with services. This is the way we can able to mitigate that. Lack of resources and expertise. Not every organization have a skilled workforce to manage the complex cloud environments. A startup adopts cloud computing but struggle to manage Kubernetes cluster due to limited expertise. Invest in training employees or hire cloud certified professionals. Nothing but like that we can like suppose if I want to use AWS, those are completed AWS course, those are aware about AWS, how they work, then only those guys only can able to work on with the AWS. Correct? Like that. Governance and control issues. Organizations may lose direct control over the infrastructure and data stored third-party cloud providers. A company wants to move data, it is restricted by the cloud providers' policies or technical limitations. Establish governance framework and ensure transparency in several service level agreements. Nothing but as per the agreements, they are going to move on. Next, compliance. Compliance needs to be compliant with the laws like GDPR, HIPAA when storing sensitive data in the cloud. A European e-commerce site faces fines for storing customer data on the non-GDPR compliant on the cloud provider. Choose compliant providers and ensure the proper documentation of the data storage policies. Nothing but when you're storing the data, we should be very compliant with the data. Managing multiple clouds. Organizations often use multi-cloud providers, like making management integration challenging. Company uses AWS for storage, Azure for computing, a GCP cloud for machine learning. Managing this becomes complex. Nothing but in the same company, if you for different purposes, if you're using different cloud providers, means it should be a little bit risky and aligned with the uncertainty. Nothing but we cannot be able to keep a track on the resources. That's one problem. Next. Then performance, latency, downtime, and connectivity issues can affect the cloud services. A video streaming platform experiences buffering during the peak hours because of slow data transfer speeds. If you take that more speeds, it will going to work properly. For example, optimize network configurations and use content delivery network. CDNs we can able to use to deliver the content very quickly. Next, building a private cloud. In case setting up a private cloud requires significant investment and expertise. In case assume that you don't want to go to AWS cloud, Azure cloud, GCP cloud. These are the cloud providers are available in the public in nature. In case you want to set up your own cloud, remember, in case you want to set up your own cloud provider, then that is required more investment also, and along with more expertise employees are required. In case your employees are thoroughly understand about the cloud, how cloud works, and along with what type of cloud engineers can handle the issues, if they are aware about that, then make using this help of those users, we can able to mitigate this issue and we can able to resolve those issues. Okay. So for example, a financial institution builds its private cloud to ensure data security, but struggles with the initial cost and maintenance also. For example, when you're building a private cloud, absolutely it required more cost also, and along with for managing that we require a space also. That's what we're saying, that initial cost and maintenance of the cloud resources not so easy, and we require a skilled employees also, and we require enough space as well, and main thing financial, the cost is important, so we need to invest enough amount for the bringing the resources. That is a major things which are included in the private cloud in nature. For example, then how to migrate For example, a plan budgets carefully and use hybrid cloud models to reduce the cost. What is the meaning of hybrid cloud? Like before that we are discussing public, private, hybrid community. When you're discussing the word, there the hybrid word came into picture. What is the meaning of hybrid cloud? Hybrid cloud is the combination of private cloud and public cloud. Remember, hybrid cloud is a combination of private cloud and public cloud. So that what is that meaning of that? For an example, think logically. You have using already one cloud. Don't have a cloud in your company. Already have some resources like you have around 10 servers are there. Some storage also you kept in your company itself with the on premises in the data center environment. Now you're planning to move that to cloud. Maybe you're using AWS cloud or any of the public cloud provider like Azure, GCP, any one of the cloud you're using. So now whatever the data which is there in the data center, you want to sync up the data with the cloud provider. Then that is called as a hybrid. For example, the things which are running on your local in your company on premises at the data center, that is called as a private in nature. Okay. Then the cloud AWS is a public in nature. So private plus public both we call it as a hybrid cloud. Understood? Any questions now? I'll wind up today here. Okay. So with next class we'll discuss about virtualization concepts. Okay. So I'm gonna wind up now here. You guys can let me know any questions or confusions about the cloud computing, different types of clouds, the advantages of cloud and disadvantages of the cloud, types of clouds on this.
No, sir.
Okay. Cool that then. If nothing, then we'll wind up today here. Then tomorrow we'll catch up with what is virtualization, then what is AWS, why AWS is popular, then what other cloud providers are there. We'll discuss in detail about those. Okay. Cool. Then. Thank you so much. Bye.